Mamuina Kwaba at the back intuitive native for. Some days ago, and the finance minister, Dr. Fiscal at Forson at the 2026 budget now at the Tudra Ayasem Kutua, Amam Rashib Dufi, the majority in parliament, a budget so Ayasem Kutua, so a Bojuma Pa Ayasem Kutua. Now, very interesting, Dr. George Domfeh, or MPP, Rashib Dufi, and also the finance team who IT for this some to their concerning a budget and rather Dr. Fiscal at Forson at the Tudra Ayasem Kutua. Now, the Tudra sent in a bra in 2017. A bra MPP Amanukun edged 2 minute fee NDC Amanukun Amoko IMF native for. Now things were doing so well, but as a fee IMF Muka Cran Nyama started say a chinchim who Ghana finances mu na Ayasem to any new second IMF Ghana a contract na aka mretibi na sa contract at 2 acre Ayasem na Dr. George Domfeh a massive challenge at that comma Dr. Fiscal at Forson Sentinel. Omuguso ambonje osuna say bra IMF ne Ghana adwuma de no betwa na hone be hosting ampa if you are really real finance minister or not. Na yese be ne kono tie nsem a ora Dr. George Domfeh
yes, to a larger extent. And let me say good morning to my honorable finance minister and good morning to our cherished viewers. Yeah, you see, Ghana had a problem. Especially from the year 2000. So he was talking about fiscal, discipline. If I have to even take it from that angle, you get to know that fiscal discipline is always reflected in the primary balance. And for the first time in 15 years, Ghana recorded this positive primary balance in 2017. 2018, we recorded...
At what rate?
I might not be able to give you the figure, but the fact is that it happened for the first time in 15 years. I can't give you all the figures. I've been discussing it.
The rate at which it happened also is important.
I'm just bringing it to support what is currently happening at 1.5. Okay. Projection. So what he said yesterday, 1.5 is in mind. But I'm just trying to take us back. That 2017 we had positive primary balance for the first time in 15 years. We were under an IMF program, and so the fiscal discipline. I wasn't surprised. 2018 we had another positive primary balance, and 2019 as well, and this was almost a history for Ghana to have primary balances for 3 consecutive years. Is something you don't hear. And so we entered the year 2020, and what happened? Okay, I don't need to. Hello.
Let's round it up and
okay.
Because he has to leave us.
Okay. So what happened in the years after 2019? I don't need to tell. Okay. Things were really difficult for Ghana, for the global economy, and it really affected Ghana. 2024. First half of the year, we had positive primary balance of 0.7%.
Okay, so the point is,
and this year during the first half of the year, we had 1.1%. And so when it's about fiscal consolidation or fiscal prudence, it's not as if we haven't seen it happening. We saw it happening indeed. There was a whole law to that was put together. It was in Parliament, Fiscal Responsibility Act, to make sure at least we don't push our fiscal deficit beyond 5% of our GDP.
Thank you.
It was implemented in 2019, but it had to be suspended when we entered the year 2020. And indeed, 2020.
Yeah, you better. All right, lads, come on, big girl. Get out.
But let me minutes to spend it. So,
briefly, let me respond briefly. Prof, I disagree with you when you say that 2020, no government could have nobody could. What did you say? That
no, there was nothing
we could do about it.
The fiscal deficit.
Okay, so let me put it this way.
And I hold a different view. Let me give a different view. I hold a different view.
Ghana is the only country in the entire Africa that did primary deficit of 12% that year. The only country.
So are you saying?
No. Let me land.
Wait.
Our peers did the deficit at the time between 6 and 5%. COVID did not only affect Ghana. It affected. It was a pandemic. But you see, the government at the time decided to hide behind COVID and overspend. And today, we all saw the benefit of overspending. We saw it clearly. But today, I'm telling you, this is the first time I'm doing fiscal deficit, a primary surplus on commitment basis at 1.6% as at September. 1.6%.
Did you say 1.5?
1.5 was the target, and I've done 1.6 as at September. I thought you would say, well done. No, I thought you said well done, because it's not easy. And you know, Prof, that doing 1.6% surplus in 1 year has never happened before, and I've done it for the first time. And if you are saying that we have done nothing, it's unfortunate.
I haven't said that. That's why I was taking us back to where we were. If we had followed that trend from 2019, maybe we would have even done better than the one.
But it was suspended, and it should have been reinstated.
It was suspended, but we are talking about 2020. Let me quickly take us there. When the budget was read, the projections were that we were going to spend 85 billion against total revenue of 66 billion. That would have translated into 4.7% fiscal deficit, and so we would have been within the remits of the law.
So the conversation will continue.
Then during the crisis, we spent 104 billion. Our revenue that we were supposed to rake in 66, we got only 55. Port. We all know that import duties. It's just a chunk of our revenue. Nothing was coming, and so we experienced that revenue shortfalls. And here you can't blame those who were managing the economy at the time for the loss of for the shortfalls in the revenue.
Because he will have to leave.
Let me
here, and he has to exit. There are quite a number of messages, as a matter of fact. Some of them I weaved into the questions that I asked you. And Prof. Hopkins is here as well, so we'll continue the conversation. This one that said, Alfred, can Dr. Forson explain some of the cost build-up and when it will come down at the ports? I remember you mentioned the leakages at the port, and then also the abuse that is going on in there. It says import duty, import VAT, processing fee, ECOWAS levy, upfront payment by VAT on registered vehicle certification. That's for the import of vehicles. The number of taxes on there. Is it one that you are looking at?
I thought you allow Professor Buckpin to speak, that I can sum it up since I have to go.
Yes, okay.
And then
I'm mindful of your time.
No, so that's let Professor Buckpin speak. And then
thank you for coming to my aid. I think government deserves a commendation for where we are. There's still fiscal consolidation. Of course, it comes at a cost. We would analyze the cost. It's just like taking a pill that has a side effect and all of that. And let me also say that 2017, 2018 primary surplus you spoke about simply because we did not adopt a consolidated approach. We had the energy sector and the financial sector cleanup that were treated below the line, and all of that, which allowed us to meet the IMF thresholds and the rest of them. And even when we passed the Fiscal Responsibility Act, that capped fiscal deficit at 5%. We're doing more than 5% if we had consolidated the energy sector and the financial sector cleanup. If you consolidate that, we're doing around 7.1%, 7.2%, and all of that. So the accounting treatment and all of that would have accounted for this, but I think that we have sufficient data to learn from our own history, and I believe that government has responded quite well in terms of the fiscal consolidation, and then now we need to cut growth going forward. I've seen the steps in the budget and the rest of them, and I think that yes, we've paid a higher price. Here is not time to vindicate ourselves. It reminds me of what happened towards the middle of 2019 when we were exiting the IMF program. We had a forum at Imani, and we made our recommendations and all of that. Honorable Minister, since you are here, you have the option to set a new marking scheme which posterity will use to judge subsequent government in terms of how we can ensure